he is not there, so I'm recording this session. I will share it my shares. Okay, guys. Okay, basically, when we come to S, okay, the BW concepts are not new both to both of you. Okay, so the BW concept is a business warehouse where you store the data. So initially, the data warehouse is the main concept. Okay, uh, Manoj, let us wait for a few minutes.
Sure, sure. I think
Shashank
it
is,
dropped out.
I think Shashank converted to the desktop version. Yes.
Okay. Shankar, how long is would be our session actually? An hour or so every day?
Yeah, our.
An hour. Okay.
Yeah. Is any problem or?
No, no problem actually. Yeah, this time is okay for me.
Yeah, 1 hour
I
session will
mean,
continue.
1 hour is fine. Yeah, not a problem.
1 hour and
If you can
depend.
do some alternate days stuff every day, alternate days, or
We'll do
I don't know
every
if you're
day.
available on
Sorry.
every day. Every alternate day would be better for me actually.
Oh, the stuff. Mm, Let us check with Shashank also,
Sure, sure. Yeah,
because
we'll find
normally
his schedule.
normally we'll do everyday sessions, Manoj. Uh,
Okay, okay.
because see, people every day will be slotted, so it is not like US and UK will plan alternative
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
schedules.
Right, right, right. Yeah, he's trying to join actually.
Yeah. So how was the temperature, man, there? I think now it is okay, right?
Yeah, it's today is better actually, but we have been having like cold and warmer temperatures.
Yeah,
I
I
think
know.
it's now like 4 or 6 degrees now.
Okay, but actually Canada and US states, Minnesota, these are fully cold countries,
Yeah,
cold areas. I know I was there in
yeah, yeah.
Minnesota. It
Oh,
is
Minnesota. Okay.
Minnesota. I
Yeah,
think
it's
it's,
basically similar to temperature in New York.
sorry?
It's very close to New York temperature. New York has,
Yeah, right.
yeah. But this year we didn't have enough cold temperatures.
Uh, okay. How is there any impact on this, what do you call, visas in this? Because every country is
Hmm.
imposing, Canada also started such kind of practice? Restrictions on
Correct, correct.
visas.
Yes.
Is Canada also
Oh,
started?
Canada started. They have not started yet actually.
Okay.
US has tried to. They're trying to
Yeah,
start.
yeah, US, Singapore, Australia, UK.
Mm-hmm. Australia, New Zealand. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone started. Your basic location is from which location of India? You are?
I'm from Odisha.
Odisha. Okay. Naveen Patnaik.
Yeah.
Hey Shashank, you're all set?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, sorry, it got disconnected.
It's okay, no issues. That's why we are waiting. We ended a general chat. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, so the BW concepts, okay, the business warehouse concepts are generally it is common. So what in this one is we will do is because why I mentioned this is the concepts are common and so to some extent you are well known with that. But let me think because the data work concepts are got changed earlier. What will happen is the data warehouse. Okay, so it is like kind of OLTP, OLTP. Okay, so where you do that one and then you will have another system which is a OLAP system. It is a OLAP system, OLTP. So here what will happen is in the OLTP it is purely for the transaction purpose, purely transaction purpose, and the OLAP is purely for the data warehouse, and also with the BW it is the reporting purpose also, reporting purpose also. Okay, so here what will happen in the SAP BW is a OLAP system. SAP BW is a OLAP system. It one has, okay, so what this one is will have is it is a data warehouse, that is to store the data, whatever the history transactions. The OLTP SAP ECC does not have the much more history. The archiving will be there. OLTP does not have the pure old history also. Maybe it is a 1 year data or 1.5 year data will be there, But here in the data warehouse, we will keep the data of the history. So it may be years data, it may be the whole transactions, everything will be stored here. Everything will be stored here. Plus, okay, how we are moving the data? Data warehouse, yes, we will store the data, but we want to move the data from ECC systems to BW system. That is ETL concept, ETL, extraction, transformation, loading. That also inbuilt here in the case of BW. In the case of BW, it is inbuilt. Okay, no additional ETL software is required when you are using that SAP BW. Okay, but in the case of Hana, there is additional ETL tools are required, like SLT or BODS, or these tools are required. But in the case of BW, the inbuilt mechanism is there. Inbuilt mechanism is there. I am talking about the original BW, but of course with the BW on Hana, with the later concept, again it got changed. I am going to deal that one also. Okay, so the data warehouse is there, and plus reporting features also is inbuilt. In the case of BW, reporting is also there. It is a BEX, BEX. Okay, so this SAP BW system contains, okay, data warehouse and ETL and reporting. Hey guys, please go on mute if he doesn't have anything to speak, so that we will reduce the noise. It will be impact in recording sessions if it is more noise is there. Thank you guys. Okay, right. So here, anyway, if you want to speak something, you can ping it, or you can ping me, or you can unmute yourself and you can speak to me. Okay, so here SAP BW has the data warehouse. So in this data warehouse principles, where you store the data, and to extract the data from the different source systems, it is a inbuilt system mechanism is the data source concept, that is there, and the reporting features are there. That is a BEX reporting. So initially our SAP BW system is there, and the reporting is SAP BW system itself is an extraction tool, itself is a data warehouse tool, itself is a reporting tool. That is when the BW started, this is the way, this is the features, or this is the activities performed, or this is the purpose of the SAP BW, or these are the tools present in this one. That is extraction, the extraction. In the Hana terminology, it is called as replication, but here it is extraction. Okay, and loading, extraction, modeling, modeling and reporting. These are the three areas present in this one. Okay, in the reporting we have the, yeah.
Did we do Sasank? Yeah.
Sorry, I'm here. Yeah, I'm here.
Again we'll ask you. Hey guys, both of you there?
Yeah.
Shashank, is it okay?
I think his connection is bad.
Hello.
Hey Shashank, is it okay?
Yeah, I'm there. I'm just muting myself because of the sounds which are coming.
Yeah, understand. Now we suddenly got it out whether we lose you. Okay, no issues. Thank you.
No worries. Thank you.
Okay, right. So here, thanks Manoj for observation. Right. Okay. Here, extraction, modeling, and reporting. These are the three areas initially we have in the BW. And why I'm discussing is, remember that the extraction. Okay, it is an inbuilt mechanism, though no additional tools are there. So which we are going to discuss about it. It will be a recap for the Manoj, but yes, we are going to discuss about it. And later how this SAP BW, okay, is transformed. Okay, so now OLAP plus OLTP, and afterwards, after some time, so the landscape become like this: OLAP plus presentation layer. Okay, so here what will happen, the SAP ERP or ECC plus SAP BW, okay, plus and SAP BI 4.x. So this will become the presentation layer, where you might heard that crystal reports or BO reports, BB reports, analysis session for office. So like that, these are the and is a Tableau. It is almost similar to the Tableau or Click View. These kind of tools we are entering into the landscape. Okay, here what happened? Yes, still we are there. The SAP BW has these three features: extraction, modeling, and reporting. On top of the BEX reports or on top of the cube BW modeling objects, the SAP BA 4.x will work. But don't think that we are going to handle this one. Yes, this is a separate layer, presentation layer. The separate consultants will be there. BA 4.x consultant will be there. But what I am trying to say is, okay, in this scenario, the BW BEX is not the main front-end tool or user interface. Front-end tool is a user interface. But still we have that BEX importance, we have that BEX features, business explorer features, and still we are using the BEX report. But the ultimate front-end reports, in this first, when it is started the BW, the BEX reporting is the front-end tool. BEX reporting is the front-end user interface. So directly, okay, there are big different BEX tools are there. BEX designer, BEX report designer, BEX web application designer. So different tools are there that will the user interface directly. But now when the BI, SAP BI is entered, so then our BEX reporting limitations, better reporting purpose is reduced into only the BEX reporting backend tool only. Backend tool only. Yes, for us technically there is no change. Technically, yes, extraction, reporting, modeling, three areas are there. But only we need to understand on top of that BEX or on top of the BW modeling objects, the BA 4.x reporting are there. Okay, and similarly we know that the Hana also the same thing. On the Hana views and the Hana modeling objects, directly we can build that SAP BI 4.x web reports or universe, all these things we can discuss about it. Okay, right. And now with the BW on Hana, when it is a SAP BW on Hana, what are the things are there? Yes, the same scenario. Okay, okay. What is there? SAP ERP. SAP ERP. Oh, sorry. It might be here. These terms are suit on HANA, S4 or HANA. Okay, like that. That is the ERP. ERP is transformed to ERP on HANA. ERP on HANA. Okay, SAP BW on HANA plus okay, and this SAP BI 4.x. Of course, other presentation tools are there. SAP BI 4.x, Lumira, and Design Studio. For the namesakes, we are mentioning all these ones. Some people may ask Lumira, Design Studio, and on top of that, we can have the predictive analytics, SAP predictive. A lot many tools are there. Okay, all these are the presentation tools. Here in this case, okay, SAP BW, what are the things are there? SAP BW maybe 7.4 or 5. Okay, what are the things there? Okay, extraction, okay, and modeling and reporting. Okay, so here what else difference is there from this one to this one? So here in the extraction, in the earlier version, extraction is data sources. Hey guys, if you have any questions or if you are missing, if you are not following, please raise your hand. Okay, okay, data source
Sure,
in
sure. Yeah.
extraction. In the extraction, data source are there. Data source are there. In the modeling, we have that different modeling objects like a cube, data transformations, etc. In the reporting, BEX reporting is there. BEX report creation is there. Okay, BEX reporting. In the same way, here also in the BW 7.5 extraction, okay, the data source concept is there. Data source concept is there. Apart from this one, the additional tools or additional source systems are given. Data source concept is from SAP ECC. SAP ECC. Here, after that, there is a additional concept that is apart from the data source, okay, there is a virtual modeling, and without moving the data also we can read the data. That is a virtual data extraction concept. Extraction concept is there. Okay, I will explain you what is this one. In the case of data source, completely you will move the data. You will move the data. Okay, here in the extraction we use the data source and the delta concept. I say how is the delta concept will work, delta for logistic and delta for this one. Here Okay, DS data source is there, and virtual extraction is there, and here the delta concept got changed. It is ODP concept, operational data provisioning. The delta concept got changed. There is a new concept was introduced here, that is operational data provisioning. Okay, operational data provisioning is the new concept. Apart from this one, new other source systems, other way of loading, that means the SLT which is there for HANA has introduced into the that means SLT now we can use to load the data into BW. Earlier it is not there. Earlier it was not there. Only inbuilt directly source system will load the data directly. The okay, what will happen? The source system will directly connect it to the BW system. Earlier what will okay, in what way? The ECC everything will be directly connected to the, but here in between we can have the ETL tools between the source system and the target BW system. Earlier, when you want to load the data, directly the BW system has to connect by means of any of the connections. It may be DB connection, it may be RFC connection, it may be SAP system. Some way it has to connect to the source system, and from there you want to bring the data. But with the recent versions, they have introduced the ETL tools in between. ETL tools are SLT is the one of the tools which is introduced between the BW system and the other source systems. Okay, and DS data services. Earlier it is a BODS, business of the data services. Now it is termed as SAP DS, SAP data services. Okay, like that they introduced that there is during in the extraction area. They enhanced the extraction capabilities or replication capabilities by adding this kind of new features apart from the existing data source concept. Yes, the BW system directly can connect to the EC system, and by using the data source we can get the data. But how we are getting the data is earlier one delta mechanism, now it is a ODP, operational data provisioning. I will explain in detail. You say no need to worry about it. What is the delta mechanism, how it works, and what is the ODP and how it works, I will explain both of you. I will tell you both of these concepts. But actually yes, you should know there are two ways. Earlier is a one way of delta mechanism, how we are going to bring the data into BW system, and now it is a different way how we are bringing the data from the source systems into BW system. That you need to understand. There is earlier is a delta concept, now it is a delta, but it is a new concept, that is a ODP, operational data provisioning. With this ODP concept only, the other providers SLT and data services will come into picture.
Hi Shankar.
Yeah.
SLT mainly stands for system landscape.
No. SAP landscape transformer. It is ETL tool like data services or Informatica, something like that only. But SAP, given that SLT SAP landscape transformer initially for the native HANA. Native HANA is a separate, you know that is a separate system similar to BW system. There also we load the data and replicate the data. There also we do the modeling. It is a parallel native HANA, complete HANA system, HANA application. Okay, now the SLT has a one feature, that is a real-time data replication. Real-time data replication feature is there. That means as soon as the sales order is created in source system, okay, that sales order will be pushed to the BW system. That is called as a real-time replication. Real-time replication. That for that feature, they added the SLT to our ETL BW loading systems.
Okay.
Right. It is another SAP landscape transformer is SAP landscape transformer is another ETL tool. ETL tool similar to Informatica or SAP BODS, SAP DS, like that. But actually it works is a different way when compared with the other tools. We'll see what is SLT. We'll see. Maybe may not be in detail, but actually we'll see how what are the different steps are there. We'll discuss about it. Okay. In the case of data services are there, and apart from that, a new source system was introduced. New source system was introduced, like directly we can connect to the HANA source system. Okay, and all ODP source systems are there. Okay, how it is ODP, SLT, ODP data services, all these ones are there. So these are the additional points what we are going to discuss in the case of BW on HANA or BW on HANA 7.5. Okay, so initially there is only data source concept and delta concept are there. For any source system you need to connect it and you have to follow the data source concept, all these things. But now we have that two things. Either directly you can load it by using your data sources. While loading this one, you can follow the ODP concept, and we can use the virtual virtual data extraction. So without moving also directly we can load the data, we can report the data, and yes, the ODP and SLD, these are the new concepts which we are going to discuss about in the extraction area, right? Okay. Now, what is
So this
modeling?
smart, sorry, Sankar, there is a smart data access for, I think it's a new concept, right? Smart data
Yes,
access?
smart data access is there. Yes. Okay, smart data access, earlier it is there for HANA, now it is added to the BW also, smart data access with the
Okay.
latest versions 7.5 or BW for HANA, that is they are introduced, SDA, smart data
Mhm.
access. Okay, it is mainly the SDA earlier, the through HANA they are using more. Through HANA, to HANA it will be SDA concept, and from HANA it is a virtual tables replication that we will discuss about during the source system, so we will consider that point also. Okay,
Okay.
right. Okay, in the case of modeling, okay, yes, earlier the modeling here, okay, so different concepts are there. Okay, here the cubes and Shashank is might aware of this one. Okay, and for Manoj, okay, so as you have that multi-level views in your HANA, okay, you can have the stacked views, correct? So you can have one view on the tables, and this view can be consumed in other view, and that view can consume in another view. If you get a chance to have a look at the HANA live views, you Manoj, HANA live,
No, I
Manoj.
didn't have a chance actually.
Okay, no issues. There is HANA Live is a business content. HANA Live is a business content. That means
Mhm.
predefined views. Normally you used to build the views in your HANA. Similarly, there is a
Mhm.
predefined views are there. So like that, yeah, nothing that the view, that base tables in one view, that view will be another view, and that view will be another view. That kind of things are there. There is a multi-layered levels are there. Here, okay, in the modeling, you have business content will be there, predefined. Okay, the common business scenarios, to address the common business scenarios, they have that predefined objects, predefined modeling objects, cubes, transformations, DSOs, what you so called. Okay, all that there. Okay, that is called as a business content. Business content is there. Okay, so in the HANA it is not there, the later they given as a HANA live, but here in the case of BW there is the starting, they started giving the business content, which is a predefined models. You can a plug and play kind of stuff, you can install it, you can start using, otherwise you can enhance it, or you can start the new modeling, like a new cubes and creation, everything. Okay, right, that is there in the business content. And there is as start of the LSA, layer scalable architecture, there is a one standard what you call session or a guidelines. We need to follow the different layers. Okay, so different layers. Here in the modeling it reduced that layers. Okay, here that many layers are not required, reduced the layers, and the layers, and this is called as a LSA plus plus. There is a one concept which is given. Okay, it reduces the number of layers in the modeling, so that you no need to create the so many objects. With less number of objects directly we can complete that modeling. That is the one enhancement they given, one enhancement they given, the improvement they given. Okay, so here in the case of old traditional BW, or before 7.1 or BW, before BW on HANA I can say, so before BW on HANA or BW 7.3 or up to 7.3, we will follow that LSA, layer scalable architecture in the modeling, the architecture guidelines. But after BW on HANA, we follow that LSA plus plus. Okay, here almost there will be 7 or 8 layers of the modeling, 7 layers commonly, 7 layers. Okay, 7 layers of modeling, but here it is only 3 layers, 3 layers. Of course it is not that much important, but yes, there is we need to layer 3 layers. Okay, so that is the one important thing. So with the BW on HANA, our modeling time is reduced, modeling time is reduced, that is the one way. And the new providers were introduced introduced new providers were introduced, and the same way. Okay, and new providers, and some other changes are also happened in the modeling area. Okay, and there is a HANA analysis process. There is a one concept is there where you can consume that SQL procedures in the Hana Shashank. In the Hana we will have that Hana procedures, stored procedures. Okay, stored procedures is similar to
Okay.
your above programs, above function modules. Okay, in what way? In your transformations, in your transformation, maybe in the start routine or maybe in the end routine, in what way you can call your function modules, you can call your above programs. Similarly here you can have the stored procedure created. If it is a BW on HANA, the stored procedure in the SQL script that can be called in the HANA analysis process. HANA analysis process. Earlier it is there for a comparison. Earlier it is a APD, analysis process designer is there. Analysis process designer is there. Okay, analysis process designer is a completely custom object where you can have the multiple programs or multiple transformations. You can have it. Similarly here HANA analysis process is there, but here you can have SQL scripts, SQL procedures. Stored HANA procedure is the SQL script. SQL script is of the above, like above. Okay, and you can have that all algorithms. Guys, did you get a do you guys get a chance to hear about this algorithms? Algorithms is predictive analytics. Mainly, it is a predictive analytics, a priori algorithm. Like it is a statistics. In our earlier days, maybe PG or PTech, you heard that regression, statistical analysis, statistics, permutations and combinations. I don't know. So that nowadays it becomes a predictive analytics becomes a more and more getting important in the public or in the IT industry. So that they tagged. Of course, we are not going to use that right a moment, but in future you may get a kind of situation where you can call these algorithms, we can do the predict statistical analysis and perform the statistical analysis. But yes, they given the option here, okay, for this kind of things. Okay, these are the some of the modeling changes. Modeling important changes happen from the BW to BW on HANA. And in the BW it is not there. In the BW it is not there, but in the BW we have that. Okay, so in the BW on HANA we have that procedures, algorithms, convention. Okay, so even though we are not going to discuss in detail, but I will show you how to do it. So whenever you got a chance, you can explore, or whenever you got requirement, you can explore yourself. But yes, here in this one we will touch base with it. Okay, this kind of objects. Okay, so this is the change, and also the mixed scenario concept also is used in this one. Mixed scenarios, mixed scenarios. That means during the modeling, we can consume that HANA views in your BW modeling. Of course, vice versa is also possible, but we are concentrating, or we are there at the BW side. That means you can say the BW data can be clubbed with the HANA data, native HANA data, where it is a different system which is running on the same HANA database. You can consume the data without much modeling effect and without moving the data. That is one important thing. No need to move the data from HANA system to native HANA system to BW on HANA systems. BW on a system without moving the data into the BW system, we can report on that data. Report on that data. Okay. So these are the some of the modeling changes or differences. Okay, so why I'm discussing this question is okay, you might have during interviews you might get a question kind of okay, what is the difference between the BW and BW on HANA? Then yes, you can pick up this kind of points, you can express it. And also while doing the modeling also, you can keep these points in mind. You can keep these points in mind. Okay, if it is a BW on HANA, yes, you can explore. You can start using this new features to simplify your modeling, to simplify your way, to best get the best results. So understanding of these new features are required when compared with the BW, traditional BW. Okay, and next one is the reporting. Okay, and also one more important thing is the modeling environment got changed. Like I said, modeling environment earlier it is SAP GUI, SAP GUI, but now okay it is Eclipse based environment modeling similar to your HANA Studio Manoj. Okay, so here earlier okay the SAP modeling really used to happen in the SAP GUI. I will show you that is which is based on the WebDyn Pro technology. SAP user interface is WebDyn Pro technology. Okay, the backend technology is a WebDyn Pro. But now they are moving, they are transforming into the Eclipse based technology. Okay, of course, in the SAP EC side, there is a Fury is there, user interface, which is based on the SAP UX5, UI5, SAP UI5 something is there. That is user interface technology. But for the end users, that is they are using, there is a tiles concept is there. But now for the modeling environment, for the modeling, SAP also started using that SAP GUI, Eclipse based modeling, where you can have the different perspectives. Okay, and Shishank, I will tell you, I will show you in the Hana modeling or Eclipse based modeling. Okay, instead of the transactions, instead of the transactions, we will have the perspectives. Okay, in ECC or in the SAP GUI, we have the transaction concept. So for each group of activities, we will have we will have the one transaction code we have to go. Okay, like similar to a perspective. In the Hana Studio, we have the perspective concept, modeling perspective, development perspective, and like that. Similar to here, we have the transaction codes. Okay, that is the difference. But here, yes, each area is the transaction or the perspective. Okay, we have the option to do the group of activities in that window. Okay, that is a concept change. That is the one thing we can have this Eclipse based modeling. Eclipse modeling environment. So these are the some enhancements from BW to BW on HANA. BW on HANA.
The Eclipse Space is the Hana Studio, Shankar.
Sorry? Yes. But actually here directly HANA Studio or Eclipse Studio also. Okay. So and without touching that HANA Studio is something customized for HANA purpose. Okay. When it is Eclipse, it is a different environment almost, but the view is different. Backend technology, everything is same, but the view is different. Little bit view is different. Initially, they customized the Eclipse modeling tool into the HANA for the HANA, and they named it as a HANA Studio. But now, yes, everything is happening at the HANA Studio or Eclipse Studio itself.
Okay.
And Shashank, I will start looking into this HANA Studio. What are the different things are there, and how we can do the ECC modeling. And the same ABAP also we can do is ABAP programs also we can build there itself. ABAP for HANA has to do in the Eclipse based environment only. That you will see. And the reporting. Okay, in the reporting, okay, there is no much enhancements did here, because yes, we know that the main reporting tool or main presentation tool is the SAP BI 4.x. So that's why the enhancements are happening there itself. I think latest version of the BI SAP BI is the 4.3 or 4.2 only. But now in the BW, the BEX, okay, but actually we won't lose that BEX features. Okay, we cannot, there are some features in the BEX, Business Explorer reporting. Okay, the BW reporting tool. BW reporting tool is the BEX, SAP BEX. Okay, this is the BEX reporting tool. We have some features like variable concept, derived variables, and what they call conditions, exceptions, okay, cell editing. So there are some features are there. For the namesake I use, but I will go in detail. Okay, that kind of features are not possible or not updated here in this these tools. That's why still we are using the BEX reporting only. In that area, there is no much enhancements. BEX tool only, BEX tool. Okay, BEX analyzer or BEX designer, we can use it. Here, this BEX tool also can be handled from HANA Studio or Eclipse. Earlier, to access the BEX, there is a separate tool is installed. So, client window or in the desktop or in the machine, your laptop, you have to install the client tools to access the BEX. To access the BEX, we need to install some client tools. Then only you can able to access the BEX reporting or BEX designer, where you can create the BEX reports. But now that also has been moved to the BEX reporting, moved to the this HANA Studio or Eclipse based modeling. So now with the new version BW 7.5 onwards, almost all features are possible in the Eclipse based modeling. That means you can do the modeling, you can do the BEX reporting is also BEX reporting also. So we will see in detail how we can do the things in the SAP GUI, and how we can do the things in the HANA Eclipse modeling, and what features are available in the. And one more thing is, what are the new features what we are going to discuss. Some new features are there which are available only in the Eclipse modeling tool, not in the what you call in the GUI, SAP GUI. So it depends upon the version. In 7.3, there are some 7.4, there are some features migrated to the HANA Eclipse modeling. and in the SP level, SP1, SP2, SP3, like that. So gradually for each version, they are upgrading or they are moving some features, some of features into Eclipse modeling. Finally, I think 7.5 to some which version, one version, okay, of one which version I don't know, remember. So they completely they moved to the Eclipse. So now with the latest version, almost all features or all activities can be performed in the 7.5 in the Eclipse modeling. If you take, why I mentioned this one is, if you are there in the middle versions, maybe in 7.4, SP7 or SP like that versions, you need the both the tools. You need the SAP GUI and as well as the Eclipse modeling tool. That's why I mentioned this point. So if you want to work with the SAP BW and middle version 7.4, 7.5, okay, you can refer the documentation. Okay, so in that way, you need to, for some features, for the new features, we need the Eclipse reverse modeling, and for the old features, you need to be there in the SAP GUI. That's why both the tools are required in case of the middle versions. Okay, if it is a completely BW, is a SAP BW 7.3 or BW or Hana 7.3, yes, completely SAP GUI only. There is no Eclipse reverse modeling environment is not there. Hana Studio is not useful there. But in the case of 7.5, yes, completely Eclipse based modeling is sufficient. Eclipse environment is sufficient. But in between versions require both the ones. Okay, to have the new features or to make use of the new features, we need the Eclipse based modeling, and to have that old traditional objects or traditional concepts, so we need that GUI. So that's why keep in mind, okay, so for which versions you need both the tools, and for which versions you need only the Eclipse based tool, and for which version you need the only SAP GUI. So that kind of understanding, you can have a look at that documentation, so that you can, before when you talk about the version, so immediately you can check back what are the which tool is required, that you can refer, because there is a lot many versions are there and lot many enhancements was done. Right. So these are the changes. Yeah. Go ahead. Any questions?
Sorry, Shankar, to interrupt. Is there any particular change in the way we are accessing Bex tool in Eclipse, and is there any change in the feature also, or does it remain the same as it was there in SP GUI?
I think yes. There is. They are not. Can you repeat the question, please?
Is there any change in feature, like in the way of creating the query, like the way we created the query in the query designer or in the Bex designer, in normal SAP GUI? Has that changed in Eclipse?
Right. To some extent. To some extent, because I will tell you. Okay. It is in the one. So in the Bex designer window, in the query only, you are going to create the variables, right? You are going to create the
Yes.
okay. So here without going there on the cube itself, you can create the CKFs, you can create the RKFs, calculate key figures and listed key figures and variables on the cube itself. No need to go to the report level, right? It is a kind of global key figures, you can, that is a one way you change it. So in Eclipse environment, it is a similar to modeling, and you can right click on the cube, you can create the Bex query, and in the Bex query, yes, as usual, traditionally in what way you will create the RKFs, you can create the CKFs, everything you can do variables. Similarly, apart from that, okay, on the cube itself, you can have create the RKFs and CKFs and variables, and then you can use them in different reports created on the cube. In that way, yes, we have some changes, but their basic concept was not changed. Basic concept is, yes,
Okay.
these rows and columns, and yes, you can have the dictionary key figures, calendar key figures, everything. The basic concept was not changed, but yes, they enhanced it. They given more flexibility to create the global CKFs and global RKFs and variables. That's way it is changed, but traditional window is there. But
Okay.
of course, the maybe some kind of user interface and the appearance might have been changed, when compared to the Bex. There is slight changes. When the modeling environment got changed, automatically that changes. Right? The basic concepts were not changed, right?
Okay.
Basic concept, your Bex concept was not changed, but yes, slightly. So in what way you are doing that, you the basic Bex query concept and how you are doing, everything is same. But the only thing is you can create earlier, more flexibility is there. That's only but flexibility was added. I can say in one word, flexibility was added. That's it.
Okay.
Right. Right. These are the any questions, Manoj and Shashank? Any other questions on this?
Mm, not right now actually, but only thing I wanted to ask was, are you going to go into more further details on these modeling and extraction later on?
Of course, we are going in detail. We have
Yeah.
to go in
Okay.
detail because it is a picture, it is
So this one is
introduction.
just an overview gave.
Yes, yes. I
Just
want
an
to give the
overview.
picture. Right,
Okay.
right, right, right. We okay. It is.
Okay.
We need to discuss in detail each and everything. Suppose in the modeling, we need to introduce the cube concept. What is a cube? How we are going to
Mm-hmm.
use info object. That anyway we have to discuss in detail. But this one, why you
Right.
consider this one is you need to understand. Okay, what are the
Mm-hmm.
different things or changes you are going to learn. So what is the BW and what is the BW on HANA? What is then the BW? What is then the BW on HANA? So that's why I consider
Mm-hmm.
this one. So going forward, we are going
Okay.
to discuss about it, the BW or BW on HANA. We'll go in detail. Then just overview only. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But my question is now, yes, are you getting that difference? Are you able to see, understand that, okay, there is something difference is there between the BW and BW on HANA? Okay, these are some changes. Are you getting that kind of picture or not? That is my interest.
Yes, some of it actually I'm getting it because I did the VW that was long ago.
It's
I'm
okay.
trying
No,
to
no.
recall.
It's
Yeah.
no need to complete understanding. At least the footprint should be there. Yes, there is something
Yeah.
is there
Some of
different.
it.
Yeah, footprint will be
Sure.
there. Yeah, yes, there is some difference. Okay. Even though you are not able to remember completely, understand completely, when I'm going,
Yeah. Probably when you go in detail, we will.
yeah, then
Yeah.
you will
I will
able to
keep
get,
it
oh, it is
try to.
something, some point I discussed in the initial session like that, you can recall it. That's why I'm trying to have the footprint in this. Otherwise,
Sure.
what will
Sure.
happen? No. Otherwise, what will happen? No. When I am being giving the in detail sessions, you won't be have the connection. What is the connection with
Mm-hmm.
for this object with other objects? And suppose if it is their LSA, what is the LSA plus plus connection? You won't be having that. That's why I'm having this session. Is I know
Okay.
it is a huge things I'm discussing for both of you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but yes, I'm trying to. I know it, and you may not able to remember all the session also. But yes, at least it should be a pass on. Okay, right. Okay,
Right.
now,
Right.
okay. Okay, one more thing is the HANA database features. Okay, HANA database. Okay, yes, we are going to discuss about the HANA database. Okay, this HANA database is an in-memory database. Whatever we are discussing, okay, in-memory database is there. Okay, and it is in-memory. It is in-memory database. It is a hybrid store, and in-memory hybrid store, and it is a in-memory computing engine, in-memory computing. So these are the three areas what I'm going to I have to discuss. Okay, maybe Manoj, you might gone through these ones, but let me recap these
Mm-hmm.
concepts. Okay, because
Sure. Sure. Go ahead. Yeah.
these concepts are very important because as even though we are not the DB administrator, we need to understand how my database is working, how my database will store. Then only I can able to understand when the performance issues are comes into picture and what best I can do. Okay, this one. And Manoj, Shishank. Okay, this is
Yes.
our what you call BIA, Business Information Accelerator, right? So is there,
Okay.
do you aware of the term? What is it? Accelerator.
Yeah.
BWA,
Yeah.
Business Warehouse, BWA, Business Warehouse Accelerator, where we can load the cube data into memory. Remember that?
Yes.
The same
Just to
concept,
access it by the report.
right? The same concept in a broad category. In that concept, the only particular cube will be in the in-memory RAM. Okay. Now, if using the BW on HANA database, the complete database data will be in memory. All the data will be available in the RAM itself. RAM itself. So you might have a question because when we system is down, so my RAM will be different. That is the BWA data will be refreshed, and after once the system is up, I need to load that memory, load that cubes into memory. But here, how it works? How it works? Yeah, that we will discuss about it. How the in memory will work? How the in memory will work? And what is the backup? Because it is a temporary. How the backup and recovery. Backup and recovery will be there. Of course, even it is not required. Okay, we will have a session on these three concepts. Okay, how the in-memory is working, how the backup and recovery will work, and also in the hybrid store, that is a column store and row store. Okay, so I will try to explain the one more in the next session. Okay, how the column store is better than the row store in the performance wise, and in what scenario do you have to prefer the row store, in what scenario you have to prefer the column store. Either I may not show you in the system this kind of example, but in the excel sheet I will take the excel sheet excel examples, and I will try to explain you how the column store will work better than this uh,
So,
row store. Okay, and also I will explain in-memory computing engine. Okay, so in-memory computing is nothing but our calculations, Beck's calculations and other calculations will be now happening in the application layer. Now is happening in the application layer. So they, to improve the performance, they try to push down the things to the in-memory. That means where the data is there, there only these calculations also will be happen, so that no data will be transferred. That also I will explain you how this in-memory computing concept of HANA database will work for us to improve the performance. So these are the HANA database features which we are going to discuss about in the next sessions. Okay, after the session we will enter into the BW system. We will start the using that BW system, and we will start the BW concepts. Okay, so maybe in another session, yes, you need to bear me, and because it is also theoretical part. Okay, and after that, yes, to some extent you will get the relief. Okay, guys.
mm-hmm. Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm done for the day. If you have any questions, we can discuss it. Otherwise, we can wind up for the day.
Yeah, sure. So
Sorry.
when go ahead, Susan.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you can go ahead, Manoj.
Okay, I actually just want to find out when would be our next class. Would it be tomorrow at
Tomorrow
the
is a
same time?
Sunday. Okay, let us have a break. I
Okay.
would I would prefer to have the session, but if you guys want a break, yes, we can have a break. No issues.
Oh, sure. Maybe you can have it on Monday in that case.
Yes,
Monday or
Monday.
something.
Shashank,
Okay,
you
okay.
okay?
Because tomorrow is Saturday for us.
Yeah, yeah,
It
right.
should be fine on Monday.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So Monday we can have it actually in that case.
Monday, India Monday, right?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. No. Make it on
India
Eastern
Tuesday.
morning. Yeah, Tuesday morning.
Tuesday morning for us. Yeah, okay. Shashank, is it okay?
Okay. Yes.
Okay,
So we are
perfect.
not having classes tomorrow and on Monday. Am I correct?
Yes, yes. Uh,
Okay.
okay, and Manoj, let us have a continuous sessions, and also what my plan is, at least one
Mm-hmm.
weekend you try to spend more hours. Okay,
Okay. Okay. Sure.
one of the weekend days, either Saturday and
Sure.
Sunday. We will discuss on the Friday or Thursday, and whatever the acceptable time for three of us, we'll have at least
Okay.
2 3 hour sessions, because we
Yeah,
may,
sure.
okay.
Yeah, no
Right.
problem. Yeah,
Okay.
sounds good to me.
Nowadays, okay, it is a starting week. Okay, from next weekend
Mm-hmm.
onwards, we'll have one weekend day. Okay, we'll have the long sessions.
Longer session. Sure,
Okay.
no problem at all.
Okay. Okay, guys.
Sounds good.
Okay. Okay.
And so Sanjay is going to send us this recorded
No, I only
whatever you
recorded. I
basically.
only recorded. I will be sending.
Sure, no problem.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect.
Okay, right, guys. Have a nice weekend.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Shankar.
Thank you, Susan. Yeah, thank you, Shankar. Yeah,
Thanks
bye.
everyone.
Yeah.